Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to make a video on the cost so far of modifying my Mercury. Since we have some people that's been questioning how much money I put into the car, and that modding an old car like this is cheap and doesn't cost that much money to do. So when I bought this car in December, they was offering it for $3,500. It had a bunch of issues that I pointed out, and I was able to drop it by $1,000. So I bought this car in December for $2,500 cash. The problems they had with it was a branch fell on the trunk lid. You can see it's bent here. The trunk lid kind of bulks out right here, and you can see a couple of dents right there that had to be replaced. So I'm gonna have to replace this trunk lid. That's gonna probably run me about maybe $60, $70 at the junkyard. I'll do that later. It also puffed a little bit of white smoke when you first fired it up. I fixed that later on. It was the PCV valve that was bad. Once I replaced that, the puff of white smoke never came back. So let's go under the hood. And I'm going to point out all the mods that I did so far, how much they cost, and what I have to do next to complete this car. So let's go under the hood. This is the engine. It's a 4.6 liter modular V8. When I first bought it, it made stock 224 horsepower with the single exhaust it has on there. The first thing I noticed when I bought it, it had a leak in the intake manifold, like a water leak between the water passages right there. So what I did was I replaced the intake manifold. I did that myself, the labor myself. The intake was $180 through Amazon. I also installed performance ignition coils. That was $100. I installed that myself too. Also installed performance platinum plugs. Also I replaced the EGR valve there. That stopped that puff of smoke that had the issue when I first bought it. Also bought cold air intake. That was $160. Just recently, the timing chain went bad, started rattling and stuff. The tensioners went bad, so I had to replace the whole timing set. So I had to pay a guy to pull the timing cover off. And since he was going to pull the timing cover off and replace the chains, I decided that at the same time I could buy some cams and put in here while he have everything apart. So I bought a competition cam, extreme energy cam. I had them installed. That was $600 through American Muscle. I also had the oil pump replaced and the water pump replaced. So all that's done at once to save me any trouble in the future. Runs pretty good. Just had a Marquis tune put on it, and it kind of smoothed out the idle a little bit, so it's not as choppy. It's still a chop there, but it's a lot smoother. I kind of like it that way. So that's all I did so far under the hood. Let's see what I did to the body. Okay, I put in all LEDs front and back. That ran me over $100, but they work real good. I color matched the grill to match up with the body of the car so it looked like a Marauder. I did that for free. The paint was $30. Also to color match the chrome trim on the bumper so it'll match up with the rest of the body. This is just here is just spray on tint to make it dark. I opened this up here because I couldn't see anything out of the front, so I decided to remove the tint in the front. But you can still see the turn signals in the side lamps on the sides. Okay, let's get to the side of the body. Okay, I removed the body trimming all along the side. I think it looks a lot better without that big piece of body molding. I added that Texas edition there. I thought that looked pretty cool. Those are only like $20 a pair through Amazon. The wheels, they're 15 by 8. About the same size as the Marauders. They ran me $600 with everything. That includes the lug nuts, the centric rings, and the locks. So that's a pretty good deal. The tires are $150 a pair, front and back. Out of the way, kitty. For some reason, this cat likes me. Okay. Also have cross and slotted rotors, front and back. They cost me about $224. The next thing I'm going to do is drop the car. You can see this gap. I'm going to drop that about 2 inches front, 2 inches back. That's going to probably run me about, looking at $600–700. And I know you heard the exhaust. Full Shorty Headers from Cooks. I bought those on eBay used for $150. I got factory cats replaced, but I cut off the rear cats. And then a Marauder H-pipe, Jones exhaust Flowpack 1-chamber mufflers, and then I had the muffler shop fabricate the tailpipes and install these 3.5-inch chrome tips. So that's it for today on this video. I still got a lot to do to the car. Paint and body. I'm going to swap out the gauge cluster for a Marauder gauge cluster so I can have a tach and a 140 mph pedometer. I'm also going to swap out the interior for leather interior. And I might get a cowl induction hood. I'm not sure yet. But I'm definitely going to get a Marauder spoiler for the back as soon as I replace this trunk lid. So definitely not a cheap project, but it should be done soon. And I'm going to do the same thing from now on with all my projects. So when I get the Taurus, I'm going to go step by step. I'm going to tell you how much it costs for each mod I do. I'm going to leave links to where you can get your parts, everything. I'm going to try to make this as affordable and as doable as possible. So if you want to do something like what I'm doing, you can easily replicate the same thing. So that's it for today. Until next video.